guys, and also congratulations on a job well done, and congratulations to the Giants as they are the 10th team to join the European LCS. Let's break down the last game here for them, where they basically decided to stuck by the same picks as they did in Game 2 to make it happen.
Well, yeah, they stuck with the same picks for the most part, outside of the the Morgana, because the Thresh got picked up early, which I called. Yes.
Yes, you did.
But, yeah, it looked like they just really snowballed at the start. I mean, they got the first blood on Salvar, and then they also did the level 2 kind of cheesy gank on the top lane, and then there was a pretty big skirmish around mid, and they ended up picking up a lot of kills off of that, and it was just over after that. They had really good scaling champions with the Jax, and it's just really hard to come back after that.
How much of an impact do you think that a first blood made? It's only a first blood, but it was on Salvar, who also had been caught a couple of times in those games before. That must have made quite an impact.
I mean, if you're 0-2 down in the series and then you give up first blood, then you have already in your head, okay, we're gonna lose. And of course, it's a bit of a mind game there, and it actually affects you like 100%. And if you're the player that actually gets first blooded in the most deciding game, it will affect you like 100%. And I mean, yeah, there was like not much he can do at this point, because they already got 3-0'd. They had this in mind too. I mean, the first game we saw, Reason Gaming versus Giants, and they lost there too. So
they broke their mental, as the Koreans say.
Yeah, well, definitely hard to bounce back from that. And then tell me about that bottom lane state. We had a couple of things to say. Obviously, Rydell, who will actually join us a bit later here, had not the best time on Alistar. Now he took Morgana to counter that Thresh, and that went really well, but quite a misplay in the lane maybe by Thresh and Ezreal, actually.
Well, actually, I mean, he's getting set up, but I think that the Thresh actually misplayed that lane, because, well, I was talking to Crepo about this too before, is if you're playing, Morgana used to counter Thresh, but then they nerfed Morgana's Black Shield. So what Threshes do is they put 2 or 3 points in the E, and you just walk up and auto once or flay, and it breaks the Black Shield, and then you just land the hook, and there won't be any Black Shield. So I think they just didn't understand how to play the lane. I mean, Morgana's kind of fell out of popularity a little bit, so I think that was kind of a big factor in that. But he played really good with the Morgana outside the lane phase.
Yeah, I mean, they still have a lot of time now to actually adjust and prepare for LCS. And I mean, they're the last team to join the LCS, and they definitely have like the 1 or 2 things that they have to work on, especially like in terms of vision control. Those challenger teams don't have like the best time actually to develop those things, and we only see that like a higher LCS level, like top 4, top 5, you mentioned already, that's where the teams actually start to use like vision to their fullest and advantage. But I mean, yeah, they have a lot of time, like 1 month or something, to prepare for LCS, and I'm actually looking forward to see how they develop.
Yeah, me as well. And we're actually going to welcome Rydell here once again to the desk. Congratulations. You guys did it. You're in the LCS. Tell me, first of all, how it was coming into this series, knowing that yesterday that was a very bad experience versus H2K, and how you guys regrouped after that to get that spot today.
Well, after losing versus H2K, we tilted a bit. We were sad a bit, but immediately was like, anyways, we still have a chance for LCS. I think Reason Gaming prepared a lot these matches, especially we can show them in the first 2 games, when, in my opinion, the picks and ban phase and the game was completely different from the first series. But yeah, I think we play our best, and we can still do it. Even you know, a team cannot improve incredible in 4 days. So we feel that if we play our best style, we can win them.
Yeah, and you guys did. Yeah, it was very close. Talk me a little more about that first game. That is so crucial, the first game in the series, and then that Baron throw happens from you guys, but you still managed to pull it out. Talk me through the end of that game and how that set you up for the rest.
We were so nervous. It was like, I don't know, in that game all the people was talking, all the team speak was like full noise, and the other game we finally decide to do some moves, and I don't remember the entire setup, but we have CC for make some kills, and finally the last team fight was good, and holy moly, it was incredible.
Holy moly, indeed.
I actually have something to ask you. So you just played H2K yesterday, and I mean, it was, I don't want to say it's a one-sided series, but it definitely looked like some tough games, and you know you're going to have to go into the LCS and play against a lot of the higher-up teams. And are you guys going to take a break, or are you just going to hop right into scrims and just try to cover as much ground as possible?
Yeah. I feel right now that we can improve a lot as a team. a lot. We learned that from A2K games. In my opinion, A2K is a very strong team, and they can show that in the LCS. But anyways, I think maybe some days for relax, and then don't wait for the LCS stars. It's like full training.
Definitely not. Tell me maybe a little about how, for you personally, it is to get into the LCS. You've been on a couple of teams before, and now it seems like you found your right lineup, and you're all gelling very well as a team.
What do you mean?
Well, tell me how the atmosphere is, because it seems that you've been trying to get into the LCS for a while. They've been playing in a challenger scene. It does seem like this is it's really going well for you guys, also friendship-wise in the team.
Yeah, I feel super comfortable playing with Giants. Except the Gamers 2, I played in Gamers 2, but I play actually always in Spanish teams, and especially the language. My English is not very good, so if I can speak my first language, it's better for me and for my role, because my role also needs to do a lot of calls and talk a lot about the time flashes, about some calls, rotations, Drake, something like that. So playing in Giants is the team is good, and also it's Spanish, you know. Yeah. So that helps me a lot, I think.
Yeah. Well, your English is actually pretty good. You are able to talk to us here. Finally, is there anything you want to say to the Giants fans out there? You guys made it.
Yeah. These days, hashtag we are Giants and Giants Dreams becomes trending topic in world or trending topic in Spain was incredible. The support from the Spanish scene was amazing, and say thank you to all the fans, of course.
Yeah, well, thank you for this interview. Congratulations. We'll be seeing Giants in the LCS, and that also wraps up the EU LCS Expansion Tournament here for us, as we have our two teams, H2K and Giants, that will be joining the LCS. As for us, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, it is time for the grand final of the Intel X3 Masters between Counter Logic Gaming and Gambit, so stay tuned.